Hey Bears, so today we are talking about similar figures. Kind of think about like what architects do, or if you've ever seen a blueprint. Obviously, that is not the actual size, but using calculations and proportions, we're able to kind of figure out what the dimensions are going to be in real life based on what we put down on paper. So similar figures have the same shape. They are going to have congruent or the same angles, and their sides are going to be proportional. They will not be the exact same side, and all of their side lengths will not be the exact same. So similar figures are going to be proportional, and they tell us that these are similar, so we want to find the missing side length. In order to do that, we want to set up two ratios. So we're always going to have our original one, so our OG, and then our new one on the other side. Oops. So if we go back, this one had this side being 5 feet and our base of 3. So we're going to have 5 over 3 equals our second triangle of x over 12. And you want to make sure that since x and 5 are in the same spot, x and 5 are going to be across from each other. Same thing with 3 and 12. They're on the same spot on this triangle, so they also get in the same position. All right, and once we get our setup, this is just a simple cross multiplying and dividing. So 5 times 12 is going to give us 60. 60 divided by 3 is 20. So x is going to equal 20 feet. All right, so that one you may have been able to kind of visualize a little bit better. Obviously, sometimes, because we do know 3 times 4 is 12, 5 times 4 is going to be 20. Sometimes you cannot just look at it and know what we are multiplying or dividing by. So in this case, we still want to set up our original. We have a side length of 6 and a side length of 9. It could go in either order. The part that matters is x is across from 6, 12 is across from 9. So we're going to have x over 12. Again, we want to multiply straight across and then divide by 9. So if I take 6 times 12, that is going to give me a value of 72. And divide that by 9, we get an x value of 8. All right, sometimes our image is not as convenient as the previous two. Sometimes your image is shifted. And what I always recommend doing is redrawing, or in this case, we can kind of shift this around. We want to make sure we're keeping our values with the side length that they go with. This is especially important if you have more than 2, so you can kind of keep track of which side is with which. And we're just going to keep turning this until it looks like the one on the left. All right, now we should be able to create our two ratios. So on the left, we're going to have 7 over 10. You also could have 10 over 7. That side doesn't matter. What matters is you need to make sure you're matching this x with 7, 45 with 10. So x over 45. All right, we are going to cross multiply and divide. So that means 7 times 45 is 315. Divided by 10, x equals 31.5. All right, and on this last one, again, I'm just doing the left side. If you want to practice on the right, just kind of see how you're doing. I think that'd be a good idea. You can always kind of create a picture with this, but again, the first thing, we just have a tree that is 30 feet tall and it has a 5-foot shadow. So if we go through and create our original ratio, we know that one is 30 feet tall with a So we have our 30 feet tall over our 5-foot shadow. So I'm going to have this new tree, and it is 75 feet tall. Again, we need height over height. Those should be across from each other. And we can cross multiply and divide to solve for x. So 75 times 5 is 375 divided by 30 gives us an x value of 12.5. All right, what you guys are going to be working on now, oops, not that, is you're going to start on this similar figures activity. So you start in present mode. So that's very important. Make sure you hit present and go to this slide. On this slide, you can pick any one of these. You're going to select your answer or question you want to start with. This is W. So on your answer document, number 1 would be W. You would solve for this side length over here. Remember, rectangles, they match. Go to the return slide, look for your answer. Let's say the answer was 12. Your next one would be S. Solve, go back, look for your answer, solve, go back until you finish all of those. If you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a good day.